Hello and welcome to the World AFB News. I am your host, Roger, and of course, alongside me, I got my brother Jesse here.
Hey guys.
And so today, guys, we're just going to do it a little bit different. We're still going to give you that news that y'all always come here for. But for the highlights, we're actually going to do it in a separate video. We're going to call it the World Highlight Reel. And we're going to have all the league videos that we could find on there, just so we can keep it from not as long of a video. We can separate both of them and just it would flow a little bit faster. What you think, Jesse?
Yeah, it's like more of a trial run, guys, and so if y'all don't enjoy it as much, go ahead and let us know. We can change it up, get some new ideas, but we think that y'all would enjoy it more this way, so we're gonna let it go.
Alrighty, but with that, guys, thank y'all for stopping by. Let's get into the first league, and it's gonna be the LFA. And so, guys, this is going to be, again, like I said, for the week of April 8th, 9th, and 10th. And we did have some good ones here. We had the Smelters going up against the Greyhounds. It was 28-29. Smelters take that one.
28-9.
28-9. Yes, 28-9. We got April 9th with the Mexicas going up against the Roosters. Mexicas on top 16-11. And then the Raptors with the Dinos. Guys, this one was an insane one because the Dinos are no longer undefeated anymore. 28-27. Crazy video, Jesse.
And is this going to be the one that we show on the highlights?
Oh, this is definitely the one that we're going to be showing on the highlights. It was a great game, and please watch the next video for that one because it was great. Jesse, how do we look for next week?
It looks like next week for April 16th, we only got one game that week, and it's going to be the Roosters against the Kings. So we see how that one goes. It'll be at 8 p.m. Hopefully it's a good one.
Oh, yes, it will be. So, guys, let's go into the standings. Like I said, we did have not a crazy change, but we did have some losers. Dinos, 5-1. We have the Smelters at 4-1. Second place, Mexicas, 3-2. Raptors coming in fourth, 3-2 as well. So we have a tie for third. The Roosters, 1-3, tie for fifth with the Kings at 1-3. And then we have the Greyhounds, 0-5, still have not won a game.
Come on, guys. Greyhounds, I'm rooting for y'all. Get a win.
Yeah, we really hope maybe next week. I don't think there's only one game next week, so. But let's keep it going. We're going to go into France, guys. This is going to be the FFA. We got some good ones here.
Yes, we do. And we're going to go ahead and start it off with our games on the 9th. And on that day, we had the Flash taking on the Molosses, where the Flash won 49-7. Then we had the Black Panthers taking on the Cougars, where the Black Panthers won 35-14. Then we had the Spartiatis taking on the Vikings, and another high-scoring game, 49-20. Spartiatis take that one. And then just to go into the next week game, we do have a game on the 16th where the Flash take on the Vikings. And then including into that, we had it on the 23rd. The Spartiatis take on the Cougars and the Molosses take on the Black Panthers. But because of last week, here are our rankings right now. In first place, we still have Flash, who are undefeated at 6-0. Then we have the Black Panthers, my personal favorite, going down on second place, 5-1. The Cougars, third place, 3-3. Spartiatis, fourth, 3-3. Molosses, fifth place, 1-5. And still, who have not won a game, the Vikings at 0-6.
Oh, man. Vikings, Greyhounds, they got to score up, man. They got to score up. We got two in two different leagues that just have not did anything. But onwards to Conference B, Jesse. I over here got for week 6, April 9th, April 10th, I had the Centaurs going up against the Grizzlies. This was 36-7. Grizzlies take that one. I have the Hurricanes and Blue Stars. Crazy game, high scoring game. Blue Star, well, for one team, Blue Stars 55, Hurricanes 6. And then finally, lastly, we got the Bears and Agronauts. Guys, this was an insane game. Both tied 41-41. I wish I had that footage. I do not. I'm pretty sure they went into overtime, but they stayed at 41-41. That's a tie.
Wow, that is insane. I did not think we would see something that high scoring in overtime. That's pretty cool.
You know, we've been doing this for, I think, a month and a half, and this is our first tie that we see from 7 different leagues. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Crazy. Onwards into next week, guys. This is going to be not next week, I believe, but the following week. It's going to be April 23rd and April 24th. This is going to be the Argonauts and the Centaurs on April 23rd. I got the Grizzlies and Hurricanes and Blue Stars and Bears going April 24th. So you'll be seeing this again next week when we talk about them because we got no games coming up. Onwards into the rankings. Blue Stars on top 6-0. We got the Grizzlies coming up next 4-2. The Bears 3-1-2 because they did the tie with the Argonauts on the bottom. Actually, both right now tied for third. 3-1-2. Centaurs 5th place 1-6, and just like Loserville with all the other two, we got the Hurricanes 0-6.
Come on, guys. I hate to see winless teams. Go out and get you some.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that ends for the France FFA. We are now going into the IFL. This is going to be Italian Football League in Italy. We are going into week 6. Again, it's going to be April 9th, April 10th. Jesse, how did this look?
So, alright guys, before we get any closer, it looks like on April 9th, the Vipers and the Warriors game may have been rescheduled. It did not take place.
Yeah, it was postponed. I don't know if they're going to play again, but yes, it was postponed.
Postponed, so we're going to go ahead and get that information to you when we find that out. And other games, though, the Rhinos, took on the Seamen, where the Rhinos did not score anything, and that ended a 0-52 Seamen win. Then we have the Panthers taking on the Ducks, where the Panthers win 45-28. Then the Dolphins take on the Mastini, and the Dolphins win that one up 35-6.
Insane game for that one. I didn't say for France. I actually don't remember. But for Italy, the Dolphins and Mastini game is going to be with you on the highlight reel. Please go check that out. But now onwards to week 7, 23 and April 23rd and 24th. It's going to be the Guelphi going up against the Mastini. It's going to have the Seamen going against the Warriors and the Ducks against the Vipers. Now, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's 2 weeks from now too, right?
Yeah, that's also 2 weeks from now. It'll be 23-24.
So it looks like we're going to have a lot of bye weeks and coming up next week for individual leagues. A lot of one games and or a lot of games that aren't being played.
Yeah.
So interesting. Onwards now into the standings, guys. We got in first place, we got the Siemens 3-0, the Guelphi at 3-1, Dolphins and Panthers both tied for third, 3-2. We got the Vipers at 5th with 1-1. Sadly, the Ducks right here 2-2 at 6th place. Mastini 7th at 1-2. Warriors are 1-3. And last all the way in the bottom, just like how we have the other ones, Rhinos 0-4.
Guys, so you know we're going to do our due diligence and go ahead and find stuff out for you. So I got the reason as to why on week 6 the Vipers and the Warriors did not play. It seems like there were team players on both teams that tested positive for COVID. So they're going to go ahead and reschedule that. And an official date has not been announced, but if they do come out with one for a later date, that is after next week when we come out and talk to y'all, then we're going to go ahead and give y'all that information.
Yes, we will, Jesse. We try to look and just try to find the accurate data as soon as we can. But now, guys, onwards into our next league, and this is going to be the AFI, and this is going to be the American football in Ireland, guys. And here I think we have some good ones for April 10th. We have 3. It's going to be the Cowboys playing against the UCD. This happened. UCD won 44-8. Then we had the Knights going up against the Panthers. Panthers taking that one 19-3. And then not a great coming from the Rhinos. We have the Rebels going up against the Rhinos 52-0. Crazy battle.
And guys, it looks like by looking at the schedule here, there are no games next weekend. There are some for the following weekend, and that seems to be a trend as we're going through all these leagues. So we're not sure if it's because of Easter. If it's Easter, that's why they're not going on and playing this weekend. But it does seem like there are not a lot of games going on this weekend. So Did you want to say something else?
No. We can, instead of saying this week, let's just talk about next weekend real quick.
Yeah.
So crazy thing, we have 3 next week. The following weekend, April 24th. It's going to be the Rhinos and the Panthers. It's going to be the UCD and Admirals, and then it's going to be the Rebel and Knights. So don't look for that next week, guys. That's going to be the
24th.
The 24th. Yes. Jesse, how does the standings right now look?
All right, guys. So it looks like the standings are as follows. UCD have been doing good the entire season, and they are undefeated 3-0. Now, there are other undefeated teams just because we don't have that many games on there. But the Rebels are in second place, 2-0. Panthers, third place, 2-0. The Cowboys here listed on fourth place, 2-1. The following teams have not won a single game, 5th through 8th place. The 5th place, we have the Admirals, 0-1. Then we have the Trojans, 6th place, 0-2. The Knights are 7th place at 0-3. And then the Rhinos also have not won a game, 0-2.
A lot of games lost, a lot of games won. Just remember, guys, next week there is no games for the AFI. Now, onwards, guys, to the next league. It's going to be the FIFA in Spain. And this is going to be for week 9, guys. We are coming up in week 10, so their league's almost over. For week 9, we had the Bears going up against the Cobras, where the Bears took that one 30-25, very close game. Then we had the Colts going up against the
Mariners.
The Mariners, 55-12. Mariners take that one. Then we have the Dracs going up against the Rookies. Rookies taking that one 21-7. And then finally we had the Votors going against the Pioneers, where the Votors take it 31-7. Great games all around. Onwards
to week 10. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at week 10, see what we got going on here.
Real quick, in week 10, guys, we have... Actually, guys, we don't have any games next week. Go figure. But they do play week 10 on the 23rd and 24th. So, guys, for that week, the April 23rd and 24th, we have the Rookies going up against the Hurricanes. We got the Cobras going up against the Mariners. And then we got the Black Demons going up against the Potros. So, guys, 3 last games and then they go into playoffs. It's going to be an insane one there. Jesse, how are we looking for the stats?
All right, guys. Well, this is separated between 2 groups, the East group and the West group. So let me go through the East first. We got them Rookies at first place right now, 6-1. And then we got the Dracs, 6-2. They're in second place. Then we got the Voltors at 3-5, third place. The Hurricanes, 2-5, fourth place. Then the Pioneers, 2-6, fifth place. And that's it for the East. For the West, we got the Bears at top, looking dominating right there. They're at 8-0. Then we have the Black Demons, second place, 4-3. The Mariners, third place, 3-4. Then we have the Cobras, fourth place, and 2-5. Then we have the Colts, dead last, 1-6.
At least they don't have no 0-5 or 0-6 like the rest of the leagues. Well, guys, it's going to be the end for the FIFA, but stay tuned because when they start their playoffs, we are going to make a video just with that, who's in the playoffs and what y'all can do to find and or to see their playoffs go. But now let's go into our last league that we know that's in season right now. It's going to be the AFL. This is going to be the Austrian Football League.
And we had a bunch for this one, guys. So this is going to be taking place on April the 9th. We had the Dragons taking on the Knights, and the Dragons win that one 35-28. Then we had the Giants taking on the Steel Sharks, where the Giants won 41-25. Then we had the Rangers taking on the Patriots. Rangers win that one 20-10. And then the big old game we had for this week was the Raiders taking on the Vikings, where the Raiders lost with a score of 63 to the Vikings with a score of 70.
And just to let y'all know, just for a fun fact, that is the highest score that the AFL has ever had. And I know that because I saw it on their Facebook.
if we have an offensive game of the league, this might be it.
Yeah, I don't have the footage, unfortunately. For this one, we're going to see the Giants and the Steel Sharks. But from what I heard, it was insane.
All right, guys, and we did have one more game day after on the 10th where the Ducks took on the Panthers. A low-scoring game. Panthers win 17 to the Ducks 7.
Yes, sir. And then next week, we actually have a game for this league. It's only one, though. It's going to be the Giants and the Rangers, and this is going to be April 16th. So please go and check that out, guys. We'll definitely have some footage if it's up for that one, too. And now onwards into the rankings. This right here is going to be very small because they haven't had a lot of games. We're just going into week 4 right now. But Black Panthers are in top right now, actually tied with the Vikings. Black Panthers 2-0, Vikings 2-0. In third place, we have actually the Dragons in 3-0, so I would question they might be first. But then we have the Giants only playing one game, fourth place, 1-0. Now we have the Rangers in fifth place, 1-1, tied also with the Patriots, 1-1. In seventh place, there is a tie with 4 teams. The Raiders, the Ducks, Steel Sharks, and Knights, all 0-2.
All right, guys. And we just got word of when the next game that was postponed between the Ducks and the Giants are going to happen. That's actually going to take place on on May 21st. So when that weekend happens, we're going to go ahead and have that information for you.
And it's a long way until we get there. I think it's going to be, just guessing, probably week 7 or week 8. But be on the lookout for that, guys. The postponed match that we had in the very beginning has now a date. And guys, that's going to be it for the IFL. And I have to apologize because I said that was the last league that we had in season. It was not. I did miss one. That is also the AFI. And this is going to be the American football in Israel. So Israel, we did not forget about y'all. Y'all still here. We had 3 good games last week. Jesse, tell us how it went down.
All right, guys. So this is going to be into week 10. We had 3 games. It was the Hammers taking on the Pioneers, and this one was the game to see because this was the first and second place potentially battling it out. Hammers take that one 44-30. Then we have the Rebels taking on the Lions, where the Rebels won that one. High scoring game as well, 42-32. Then we had the last place teams both winless before this. Finally, someone got a win. And it was the Silverbacks taking on the Troopers, where the Silverbacks win 41-6, guys. That was a pretty good one there. And with that, the standings are as follows. First place, the Hammers, with a record of undefeated, 7-0. Then second place, the Pioneers, who they had just beaten, 4-2. Third place is the Rebels, 5-3. Fourth place are the Dogs, 3-3. Fifth place are the Lions, 2-3. Then finally getting their first win of the season, 6th place, Silverbacks, 1-4, and still winless, just like the other teams in the leagues, 0-7, 7th place, Troopers.
And with that, guys, we're going into, that was going to be for week...
that was week 10.
That was week 10.
That was week 10?
Yeah. That was week 10. We're going into week 11. There's only one game there, guys. And I do know it's going to have it's going to be played in Jerusalem. And I do apologize because I'm going to have this up. I don't see where it says who's playing. All I know is there's going to be one game that's going to be on April 13th. So don't worry. When that time comes out,
we'll have that information
We'll definitely have that information for you. And with that, guys,
and that is going to conclude our game analysis of the scores, guys. We are going to go into that highlight reel, and we'll be having that for y'all. But if y'all enjoyed this content, guys, please, we do have a mini-series called L Talks, where we also talk about the quality of these football leagues here in a kind of a joking way, or a way that you wouldn't see on this series right here. If that interests y'all, go ahead and check that out. They're usually shorter videos. Give that a like, give that some love. And yeah, and that's going to conclude it for here, Roger.
Well, just to jump off of L Talks, it's really good if you're a beginner, don't really know so much. We have Luisa on there with me as well. So please, guys, go check that out. Again, we're going to have highlight reel right after this. the LFA news. So also check that out. But with that, guys, I am Roger.
And I am Jesse, and this is us saying bye.